Welcome to pathology class. So today we are going to deal with the third part of neoplasia. So first part we are dealt with definition, classification, difference between benign and malignant tumor. So second part we have dealt with characteristic of tumor. So in third part we are going to deal with the spread of tumor, where we are trying to know about local invasion, metastasis, list of routes of metastasis, where we are trying to know little about lymphatic spread, hematogenous spread, and common sites, for example, of the transcolic spread. Next, we are talking about grading of cancers, where we are defining it and trying to understand the grading of cancers depend upon Broders grading. Then lastly, we are going to understand about staging of cancer, where we are going to define it, and also we are trying to illustrate the TNM staging. So moving to the first part, that is the spread of tumors. So spread of tumors, we have two types. One is local invasion, that is called as a direct, and the second one is the metastasis, that is called as a distance spread. So last class already we know what are those in brief. So today now we are going to discuss little in detail about spread of tumors. So local invasion, we have benign and malignant tumor. In benign tumor, most of benign tumors form encapsulated or circumscribed masses and expand and push aside by surrounding normal tissues without actually invading or infiltrating and metastasizing. So in benign tumor, we never find any sort of spread, whether it is a local or it is a distant. Malignant tumor, definitely we can find very prominently the spread of tumors, whether it is a local or it is distant. Okay. Going for the next, that is a metastasis. Already we have defined this metastasis in last class, so just a revision of it. So metastasis means meta, that is transformation, stasis means residence. So it is a defined as the spread of tumor by invasion in such a way that the discontinuous secondary tumor mass or masses are formed at the site of lodgement. So from the site of origin, it will go for the spread to the periphery. Okay, and they lodge somewhere and they start developing cancer of that particular cells. So metastasis and invasiveness are the most important features to distinguish between malignant and benign tumors. So generally, larger, more aggressive, and rapidly growing tumors are more likely to metastase, but are numerous ex exceptions. About one-third of malignant tumors at present have evident metastatic deposit, while the 20% have occult metastasis. So, what is the root of metastasis? So, we have three ways where the metastasis can occur. One is lymphatic spread, second is the hematogenous spread, or the spread along with the body cavities, and natural passages. So here we are going to discuss about transcoliomic spread. Fine. Going for the first, that is lymphatic spread. So the in general carcinoma metastasis by lymphatic route, while sarcoma favors hematogenic routes. So the involvement of lymph nodes by malignant cells may be of two forms. One is lymphatic permeation, where the walls of lymphatics are readily invaded by cancer cells and may form a continuous growth in the lymphatic channels called as lymphatic permeation. Next, we may have it is a lymphatic emboli. So alteration, the malignant cells may detach to form a tumor emboli, so that to carry along the lymph channel and drain it to the lymph node. The tumor emboli enter the lymph node at the convex surface and are lodged in the subcapsular sinuses, where they stay and they start growing. So later, of course, the whole lymph node may be replaced and enlarged by a metastatic tumor. Second, that is hematogenic spread. So blood-borne metastasis is the commonest route of sarcoma, but certain carcinoma also frequently metastasize by the mode, especially those of lungs, breast, thyroid, kidneys, liver, prostate, and ovaries. So systemic vein drain blood into the vena cava from lips, head and neck and pelvis. Therefore, cancers of the sides more often metastasis to the lungs. In case of portal vein, drain blood from the bowels, spleen and pancreas into the liver. Thus, the tumors of these organs are frequently have the secondaries in liver. Here in lung and here in the liver. Arterial spread of tumors is less likely because they are thick walled and contain elastic tissue which is resistant to invade. Nevertheless, arterial spread may occur when tumor cells passes through the pulmonary artery bed and through pulmonary artery branches which have thin walls. So retrograde spread by blood route may occur at unusual sites due to retrograde spread after venous obstruction, such as with lymphatic metastasis. Important examples are vertebral metastasis in cancers of thyroid and prostate. So, spread along body cavities and natural passages. The transcolomic spread. Certain cancers invade through serous wall of coulommic cavity, so that the tumor fragments or clusters of tumor cells break off to be carried into the coeliac fluid and are implemented in elsewhere in the body cavity. For example, carcinoma of ovaries spreading to the entire peritoneum cavity with infiltrating under the organs, or carcinoma of bronchus and breast seeding into pleura and pericardium. This is very important. So moving for the next part of second part of today's chapter, that is grading of cancer. What do you mean by grading? So grading is defined as the gross microscopic degree of differentiation of tumor cells. So here we are going to have a gross and microscopic degree of differentiation of tumor cells. So grading, we have two important histological features, that is degree of anaplasia and rate of growth. So we are going to deal with Brodder's grading. So Brodder, he has graded the tumors in four. The first grade, he said, well differentiated, where less than 25% of anaplastic cells are there. Grade 2, this is known as moderately differentiated, where 25 to 50% of anaplastic cells are there. Grade 3, that is moderately differentiated, where 50 to 75% of anaplastic cells are there. And grade 4, that is poorly differentiated or anaplastic, more than 75% of anaplastic cells are there. Moving to the next and last part of today's chapter, that is staging of cancers. What do you mean by staging? It is nothing but the extent of spread of tumors within the patient. So how much spread has taken place in the cancer patient is called as a staging of tumor cells. So this spreading is assessed by three ways. Number one, by clinical examination. Number two, the investigation. And number three, the pathological examination of tissue removed. So this staging is explained by TNN staging as per US labs. So T stand for tumor, N stand for regional node involvement, and M stand for distance metastasis. Okay, so for all these three components, namely T, N and M, numbers are added to indicate the extent of involvement. So the numbers start from 0 to 4, in T, that is tumor. In N, that is nodal involvement, we have numbers starting from 0 to 3, and in case of metastasis, that is M, the numbers are starting from 0 to 2. So in situ lesions to large and most extensive primary tumors, the grading will be done from T0, T1, T2, T3 and T4. And in case of nodal involvement 0 to 3, so no nodal involvement to widespread lymph node involvement, the grading will be done from N0, N1, N2 and N3. And the metastatic, that is M part, so no metastasis to disseminated hematogenous metastasis. So staging will be done from M0, M1 and M2. Okay, hope you understood today's lecture. This is the end of the today's lecture, that is end of the part 3 of neoplasia. Any doubt, any clarification you need, please feel free to contact and ask your difficulties. Thank you.